One of the best principles of being in a firm and fair relationship is self-care. If you and your partner practice self-care, your relationship will suffer less, and I promise you. But before we get into that, give me the three freebies. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm your host for the Firm and Fair podcast, The Spencer Perspective, and we have work to do. Let's get to it. Well, the article that you're looking at right now, I'll believe in the low bar of this video. Self-care is truly important. As you can see right here, it's the couple center, love that lasts. I've been saying, what are the three tenets? Self-awareness, gratitude, and emotional responsibility. But there's still other aspects that you have to get into. Mental health, self-care, things like that. Because if you're taking care of yourself, you're going to want to take care of your partner too. And it's going to extend. And if they accept that care, then it's like they're accepting a version of your love that actively helps your relationship last longer. So let's get into it. Why self-care is so important for longevity and wellness. You stop putting yourself last. We don't often think twice about taking on that meeting, signing the kids up for another thing, or ditching the gym for a conference call. The excuses, justification, and reasons become second nature, and then we believe them to be true. Let's get real. Self-care is not a reward. Exactly. I thought it was until I started doing it. Then I realized it's necessary. The way how I love myself this day, as opposed to 3-4 years ago, is very different. I actually have a decent self-care routine. I'll walk you through it right now. My usual self-care routine involves the gym. So I'll wake up, warm up, hit the gym, get that good sweat. When I get home, I actually have a separate towel for my toes and my feet. That's a part of self-care. Don't dry your body with the same towel that you use your toes. I learned that lesson the hard way. You don't want to learn that lesson the hard way. Our athlete's foot is a real thing, whether you're an athlete or not. It doesn't, But I have a separate towel where I use my feet. So I use that, keep my toes dry. I also have witch hazel. I have a face scrub, face wash, face lotion. I look damn fucking good, don't I? Don't fucking hate. Don't you fucking hate. Don't hate. Now look, I also use shea butter. Wash my face, deodorant. I lotion my whole body. I get between the ashy knuckles behind my knees, like lotion behind your knees. That part gets ashy too, all right? Believe it or not. It's all about taking care of yourself. That process is me taking care of my body. What do you own in this world? If you say stocks, I'm going to slap you. The only thing you own in this world is your body. You better remember that. That's the only thing that you truly have. These are my fingers. There are many like this, but these ones are mine. All right. So my thing is you better start taking care of yourself, because if you take care of the physical, something happens in the mental. I'm sorry. If you take care of the physical, something happens with the mental. Once you start taking care of the mental, something happens with the emotional. Once you start taking the emotional, something happens with the gratitude. And then you can share that with others, with your partner. I'm sharing that with my partner right now. Am I not, baby doll?
You are.
Am I helping you?
Hell yeah.
We taking care of ourselves?
Yep.
We feeling good about it?
Hell yeah.
All right now. Let's keep reading. Self-care and guilt. It's easy to neglect yourself when you're busy and overwhelmed, so even a small moment of reprieve feels luxurious. If you take time for lunch, leave for work before 7 p.m., or make it to yoga class, you feel good for doing something for yourself. Yet, many times that good feeling turns into a guilty feeling for not being productive enough in the right areas, causing you to negate the yoga class you just did. All right. Here's a little self-awareness, kids, okay? We have a limited amount of time on earth. Your value is not determined by your work. You think it is, but it really isn't, okay? Your value is determined by how you treat yourself and how you treat others. Are you treating yourself like shit? If you are, you got to turn that around. Create a self-care routine for yourself. I don't know what it involves, but I can tell you what mine is as well too. So even after I do all that self-care routine, take care of myself, I get my pretty on. And when I get the brushing of my hair, I throw my Rogaine on, because you see the man getting old, balding and shit. I throw my Rogaine on. After that, I play the game. I play the game before I go to work. I read books. I watch TV. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't start work until 9. All that time I get to use is dedicated to myself. Those are Spencer hours, for damn sure. So what are your hours? Because my office hours are from 9 to 5. Now, if you know what that is, you and I will actually get along very well if you know exactly what that quote is, okay? Let's keep going. What if you started telling yourself that you need time for yourself that is crucial? Yes. Yo, I love being by myself some days now. That's the pandemic taught me. Being alone, it's a luxury. But you also better balance that with socializing with others. It's time to change the conversation in your head. Make it about longevity and wellness rather than work and achievements. Yes, I'm preaching this all day, every day. I used to be a yuppie, a real work rat. I kind of am now, but I've learned to kind of pull back and just focus on myself. Because guess what? If your body breaks down, who's going to take care of you? Even if you have a partner, don't you want to take care of yourself before somebody has to take care of you? When I was 21, 22, my knees used to hurt. They used to click and clack. I've worked out so much. Working out is a part of self-care. Remember that. Hit that gym. Trust me, you don't want your body breaking down. I am super strong now. Very strong. And my knees don't click and clack. If I have to get into a squat, my body used to scream. I'm good now. My knees are they're well lotioned pistons. And I'm good to go. Question is now, why is self-care important? Self-care is directly connected to our physical and mental health. What I just said. If you take care of the physical, something happens with the mental. Once you actually take care of the mental, something happens with the emotional. When self-care falls by the wayside, so does our overall health. What am I talking about? I know my shit. Self-care can help you manage stress. Oh, yeah. Even though I get stressed. I was stressed recently. Wasn't I, baby doll?
You were.
Super stressed. Like, life comes at you fast. But the self-care routine, that self-love, it helps you overcome so many different things. Everyone has a villain backstory. I could be Bane. I was born in the darkness. I was raised by it. But instead, I choose to be Batman. He's in the darkness, but it's a different type of darkness. My darkness is actually useful to others. Now, many people view self-care as selfish or self-indulgent. You better fucking not. You know what's so crazy? And that's what kills me. Is that other people don't want you to do good, but if you're doing good for yourself, they have a problem with that. Isn't that the strangest thing in this world? Fuck them. Take care of yourself. But it couldn't be further from the truth. We cannot properly take care of others if our own needs are neglected. Basically, self-care allows us to be selfless. What'd I say? In order to become selfless, you have to become selfish. You cannot be selfless until you become selfish. And self-care is selfish. And guess what? We look at selfishness as a bad thing. You better look at it as the tool that keeps you anchored in this world. That's how I view it. Take care of yourself. You got this. Look, this ain't no soap opera, but you only have one life to live. I am corny, and I'm out.